What's up, guys? Welcome back to the MLG Summer Invite. It is day 2. It is Sunday. My name is Axel Toss. I'm joined by Axlab, and we're watching Hendralisk versus Kane, ZBZ. Kane Kane falling in game 1 to Hendralisk. Have to see if Kane can make a comeback.
We'll see. He's definitely capable. I mean, we saw it in Shotcraft America. Extremely talented player. Let's get right into game 2 and see if he can make that comeback. Of course, he does have great Zerg practice partners on Team Root. I mean, he's got Vibe there. He's got Cats there. So he's got a really good Zerg practice group. But, you know, against that build that Henders threw them, I'm sure he's seen it before. It's not like a weird, crazy cheese. It's a pretty common build, the mass speeding all-in attack like that.
Yeah.
And it's just something that you could tell he knew how to defend it, but his queens were just misplaced by like one mini hex, and then the Zerglings are able to get those surrounds. And once the queens die, it starts falling apart.
Yep, and like it's just the tiniest thing. If you scout it, you can kind of know how to prepare, kind of a thing. You know, vision is everything in StarCraft 2, or as far as being able to identify what your opponent is doing, then reacting correctly, and hoping that they're not mind gaming you or something is always important. Can you do me a favor and hit Control M really quick? I think the music is disabled. Ah.
There we go. There we go.
There it is.
Get some more sounds going on here.
And so here's how we're going to give away the prize. First, Nick is going to sing along with the StarCraft music by humming.
Okay. Should I do it now? Or no, to give us the rest of the thing first.
Well, I just wanted you to do that. I didn't actually come up with anything.
What?
Yeah.
No, you gotta come up with a coherent plan, man.
Okay, we'll do that, and then you guys can vote if you like it or don't like it.
I've got a way better giveaway.
No, this is perfect. They vote if they like it. They're How are we gonna do this? Everyone who votes gets entered into the drawing, and they vote if they like it or don't like it, and that's how we're giving away.
I don't know if we can keep track of everyone who votes.
Oh, that's true. Okay, guys, help us out.
We'll come up with a good giveaway in throughout this game or
I'm reading the Twitch chat, so I'll be looking for suggestions there.
So both players going pool first, but no one getting gas before hatchery. So the idea of the pool and then the hatchery is it's super safe against early Zergling attacks, and it's pretty economical as well. As long as you don't make Zerglings early, it's exactly the same as a hatch first, pretty much, give or take, you know, like half a drone.
Right.
And the reason you get the pool early is to get a queen early and to have the possibility to get Zerglings. Now, both these players are actually getting 2 Zerglings the instant their pool's finished. So both of them are being really paranoid, really wanting to scout their opponent out. I mean, that's why you get those Zerglings there.
Yep.
And of course, in this situation, almost the player who didn't get the Zerglings would be, of course, 1 drone ahead. But it's going to end up very even.
So the map is going to be Belshir Vestige, and this is one of those maps where you're going to see a lot of really cool, unique strategies in play. There's not a build that's understood and that everyone does that is right or anything like that. There's a lot of counterattack paths, a decent amount of airspace, a lot of maneuverability in between bases, and especially when you get to late game, like once you're approaching 5 and 6 and you're fighting for resources, games on this map can start getting really intense as these players come up with crafty moves to try to secure you know, expansions and make sure they stay safe and make sure their economy gets out of their opponent. Meanwhile, speaking of economy, that's no fun. That Overlord did not listen to Hendralisk, and he just went and died to a queen.
Not, well, I mean, he was trying to run. He just didn't have his turbo boots on, unfortunately.
Yeah. Turbo boots? Surely Overlords don't wear boots.
Look at it. What do they wear on these little...
Well, boots imply walking, right? He's flying.
No, you can fly and wear boots. Haven't you seen, like, Superman?
Oh, that's
I mean,
a good point.
he does walk and fly, but my point is that
Wouldn't boots weigh you down, though?
Yeah, but they're light boots, and you can put, like, jetpacks on the back of them.
Well,
like
they just slide off the tentacles? I feel like there's not a lot of friction
true.
there.
These tentacles are...
Yeah, like, I don't know how you get a boot on there.
Are they sticky?
Can we agree on, like, a baseball cap? How about a turbo baseball cap?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Because
down
that
with
can
that.
go on top of the Overlord.
You're right.
The only problem with that is, like, wind resistance, knocking the hat off, but...
You can put on one of the spikes.
Or a cape. What about a
that'll be
cape? Or is it one of those Incredibles things? No capes. Remember that?
good. Oh, yes.
Yes. No capes.
Yeah, the Incredibles.
No capes.
So we have Hendralisk getting double evos, and then a lair. On the other hand, we have Kane doing the same build, just a little bit, you know, a hair later on his production. As far as workers go, both players pretty much exactly even, 35 to 34, a very identical game. And this type of opening usually just means roaches, and we see the roach horn just going down. One of the big questions is the lair timing and the timing of the third base, because there hasn't really been a set standard yet in ZVZ for exactly when players take their third base. Some players like to get some extra queens, some creep spread, as we see here from Kane. Some players like to get the faster layers, we're seeing from Hendralisk, and of course, less creep spread because the third queen is a little bit later.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I mean, everything is like looking completely identical. Like, we got the same +1 upgrades, same Roach Warren timing. We got an Overlord. We're seeking revenge here, these two queens. Are they going to be able to make it? Jump! Oh, they didn't go for it.
They went the wrong way.
They're not going to get it.
I think they... Oh,
are they really going to try that much?
No, they're not. They're not going to...
Oh, there's going to be high ground. Those poor queens.
If there was another Overlord, if he sent his own Overlord, if he could see it, he is!
This is the most intense battle in StarCraft 2 history, ladies and gentlemen. We got a queen following an Overlord, getting the other Overlord, trying to pry by the vision. No! He gets away!
One more shot!
5 HP!
It's because the other queen ditched to the queen friend. If they were both there.
Do you think that was it? I think it's just in the beginning they went the wrong
but he
way.
wanted to inject too.
Wow,
yeah,
but that Overlord is a ninja. That's the same one with the cape from earlier.
So one thing that is interesting is actually, if we look at these, Hendralisk only got one upgrade. He didn't get the armor upgrade. But he does have much faster Roach speed. The third bases are very similarly timed.
Okay.
But with Roach speed, I wonder if Hendralisk could... I mean, crossing the map's pretty far, and even with Roach speed, there's creep here connecting the bases for Kane, so I think there's no real threat of losing a third for either player, barring a mistake.
Barring a mistake. We'll see. I know Hendralisk loves his roaches, and he's very crafty with them. So if you say something's impossible, he'll say, no, I can do it. Watch this. Kane get to take control of that watchtower, keeping a watchful eye over that 5 HP Overlord. Kane says, I should have been watching his drone count more here, to see if he was droning his third or going for a mass roach attack. Because I didn't scout, I end up paying the price. Ooh, kind of an ominous little saying there.
You can see here, Kane's gone up to 57 drones. Hendralisk is only on 41, and the supplies are very even. Hendralisk has a supply advantage, and that's reflected by the fact he has twice as many roaches as Kane. So this is a very strong timing attack. Kane doesn't even have roach speed yet. Now, Kane does have one upgrade advantage. He has the Carapace and the attack, whereas Hendralisk just has the range attack for the roaches, which is the more important upgrade.
Wow.
But still, it's nice to have both sometimes.
So Kane had no idea. It's kind of similar to Game 1, where he didn't spot the mass slings. Will this happen again? The lack of scouting for Kane isn't going to hurt him in this series and in this tournament. Hendralisk's going to charge up into the natural expansion.
There's no speed. They can't even run away.
They don't even care. The roaches, I mean, it's just too much here from Hendralisk. He has many more roaches than his opponent. He's going to slowly start winning them away, and now Kane has to focus on buying himself time, giving him more time to get more roaches on the field. Don't engage with small groups of roaches. Just poke, just prod. Keep those roaches away from your iconic. As you have more drones, if you can stay alive, you're going to be good going into the mid game, or at least mid-late game. But Hendralisk with so many roaches coming forward.
Kane looks like he's driving back for now, but we can see across the mini-map, lots more roaches rallying in for Hendralisk. The supplies are very even, but with this 10 worker difference right now, that means Hendralisk does have more roaches, but he is on Kane's side of the map, so it does have more roaches on Kane's side of the map. The answer is, it looks to be very even.
Roaches Stalker, one of these players has +1 armor, right?
Kane does. Kane
has
advantage.
+1 armor and Hendralisk doesn't. Is that hurting Hendralisk at this point in time? Perhaps.
It is, but it does matter. But it does matter less than the attack upgrade. You can almost think of the armor upgrade in Roach vs. Roach as half an upgrade, because each attack is +2 damage, and each armor only blocks one of those.
Ah, okay.
So for example, Kane's roaches are going to be dealing 17 damage to Hendralisk, and Hendralisk is going to be dealing 16 damage to Kane, because he has 2 armor, 1 base plus the 1 attack. And the difference between 17 and 16 is it can matter. And actually, if I was going to do the math, I could actually figure out if it did in Roach vs. Roach or not. But it's not the end of the world. And in fact, Hendralisk is now adding Hydralisk.
Yeah.
Kane as well.
Yeah, I mean, there are bigger deals in a situation like this, but it's something to consider. Like, one example would be, how's your position? Do you have a nice concave? Where are your reinforcements? How's your production? Is that the same one?
I think it was.
Aw, poor guy. He got a lot of HP back.
He did. Got about 100 life back.
Wow.
I think he was, because it was at like half life before the Hydra started taking it half life. Like, that was the only Overlord that was hurt, right?
Yeah.
2 roaches coming here. Oh, one abandons his buddy. He says, get in there, you got this. He doesn't got it.
Guys, I don't got it.
Yeah.
They die in the middle.
Well, he saw the drones.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, he's mining the base down there. And Hendrix is like, yeah, I already knew that.
Yeah.
You wasted your
Poor
life.
Roach. Poor Roach. Well, these Hydra's taking out Overlord still. What's the next step for these guys, do you think? max on Roach Hydra and try to get a good position to deny your opponent's fourth kind of a thing?
That typically is what it goes to.
Oh.
On Belcher. Oh, looks like we might have an engagement here, but Kane has the high ground.
High ground is very important. Going to spread those Roaches, spread those Hydras out. We can see Hendralisk backing up. He does not want anything to do with that concave. And now he's coming forward with reinforcements. And now Hendralisk has the better concave. Kane is kind of forced to engage here, though he doesn't necessarily want to, considering that position of Hendralisk. But if he were to back up, he would forfeit many more units than if he just turns up and attacks.
That's right. Hydranus can't really retreat from Roaches.
Yep.
And that was a decisive victory for Hendralisk.
That move, that was such a cool move.
Yeah, I mean, the idea of the ramp, it's not necessarily that the high ground aspect is better, it's the choke, so you can have a better concave on top of the ramp.
Yeah.
And what happened is when Hendralisk backed away, then Kane got stuck on the ramp, and Hendralisk flanked from the side. A beautiful move.
Very cool. Now taking on even more Overlords, and that's got to be having an impact here. Every resource is so important on a map like Belshir Vestige, where it's not that simple to get a fourth.
Is he trying to set up an ambush? Because Kane doesn't know what's up there. Kane's paranoid, though.
Oh, can you look at his vision? Or, oh, he sees it with the Overlord.
Oh, now the Overlord comes in, yeah. No,
Right.
this is a good position for Kane, though. Hendralisk Roaches a lot more stuck in the back.
Both these players, oh, look at this. Hendralisk is kind of bunched up on the ramp, and Kane is going to be spreading out those units. Question is, does he have enough? He's pressing forward. He's confident, trying to get the damage done on the Hydras, trying to take down those very expensive units, those squishy units. But look at this, Hendralisk coming forward with more and more reinforcements. Hendralisk up 166 to 132 in supply, and he's going to charge forward, shut down this fourth base, and he might take out this third.
You know, that battle, Kane had a great position, but Hendralisk just had so many Hydralisks, and Kane only had Roaches because, or he had a few, but he lost most of his Hydralisks in that previous engagement.
No, this is going to be enough. Kane trying to make it happen, even trying to transfuse, trying to make as much happen with as many units as he has. Even get a pull to Jones, something you never want to have to do. Hendralisk taking some blows onto those rocks. Doesn't matter too much, but looks like this is going to get cleaned up. But Kane, I feel like he's still in a lot of trouble. I mean, just look at the supply, 168 to 111. And it's not like his infestors popping out or anything.
No, there's no tech advantage. He is up a base, but that base is about to die. In fact, his third maybe overrun here soon as well. And there's a GG.
So Hendralisk taking the 2-0 over Kane, and I'm kind of impressed. Again, Hendralisk, one of those players that, you know, not everyone considers when they're like, all right, who's going to win this tournament? But taking out Kane, and Kane has been a very solid player lately. Of course, at the Root House, training with a bunch of his friends and his teammates, and Hendralisk able to 2-0.
Yeah, that was a great play by Hendralisk. He's really been making strides lately. We've seen his performance. MLG had a nice run, and he's just one of those college athletes.
Yeah.
We saw Hello Kitty do pretty well in WCS.
Yeah.
Hendralisk doing well now.
And that's why I like tournaments like these. It kind of gives that opportunity to those players who are kind of mixing up the studies and mixing up the StarCraft too, and trying to see who's the best of those guys. Because we have a lot of them here. Speaking of which, we got an interview coming up, guys. I was able to talk to Kane recently. We talked about his experience in the Root House so far, how he's liking it, and of course his plans for the future. Check it out.